Gusmer Enterprises is proud to be the North American representative for Bucher Denwel.
My name's Troy Chad. I work at Icicle Brewing Company in Leavenworth, Washington. I've been there for about 13 years, and I'm the brewery operations manager. Yeah, Icicle originally, we just kind of, back in 2011, so long ago now, but yeah, we just had our real flagship lineup, West Coast IPA, an amber lager, which was kind of unique to us, I guess, being in a faux Bavarian town, that made sense to brew some more German styles. We had a Kolsch and a Helles, and I think a Porter, and I think that's where we started. And we actually kept that lineup, plus or minus a few, for quite a while. And then, pretty recently, actually, I want to say 2019, we moved into the new facility, and we saw the light in the hazies, and we really hadn't been brewing any yet, and kind of figured we were missing out there, and so started to dive into that, and kind of haven't looked back. That kind of propped us up pretty big during COVID. So we brew a lot of hazies. Right now, we're definitely trying to branch out a little bit. We just released a Pilsner, a new Pilsner, an international style Pilsner that's been doing pretty well. Always looking for the next thing. But for now, it's hazies for us, definitely. Yeah, so about 5 or 6 years ago, we got the mobile Bucher Denwel inline carbonator, one of the smaller models. I think it does 9 to 22 gallons a minute. And just recently, we upgraded to the larger model that does 18 to 40 gallons a minute to keep up with our centrifuge. Probably my favorite thing about the Bucher Denwel carbonation system is probably the lack of features, honestly. It's pretty straightforward. There's about 2 valves and 1 backflow adjustment and flow meter, and that's it. It's dead simple, and there's not much that can go wrong. Yeah, so before we just used to carbonate in the packaging tanks through a stainless steel carbonation stone, and it took a long time. It took, I think at the fastest, 24 hours to 36, and we were just spending way too much time waiting for our beers to get carbonated. And once we upgraded to a centrifuge, it seemed to make sense that we would get an inline carbonator that could, keep up with our production as it grew and grew. Yeah, from a quality perspective, it's definitely easy to really dial in our carbonation level if we want it a little higher for Pilsner, say. It's really easy to tweak that and make that adjustment. Versus the way we were doing things before. If you forgot about it for an hour, you might go way over. So it's a lot easier to keep up on it with the inline carbonator. Yeah, I mean, like I said, for us, the reliability of just the mobile manual unit is really nice. Being in we're in a pretty rural area here, so our unit breaks down, we can't go borrow one from another brewery that they're not using, or a backup or something. So in fact, our old one we're still in the closet, just in case, even though it never let us down. I think maybe people thinking about inline carbonation, especially when you're looking at semi-automatic or automatic carbonators, can tend to be pretty expensive or take up a large space. And the smallest Denwel Bucher inline carbonator is probably only this big. It takes up hardly any room at all. And I mean, it's super affordable and just works really good, and will save you a lot of time if you're trying to get that beer packaged as soon as you transfer it. So I would say at first, the one thing that was kind of holding us back a little bit was not having a high enough flow CO2 regulator. So right now we run, I think, about a regulator about 95, 100 PSI to the unit. And that makes a huge difference. If you don't have that flow, you will find it very difficult to reach your carbonation levels depending on how fast you're moving your beer at. So yeah, that was huge. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You just dial in your back pressure, adjust your flow meter. Usually I would say adjust your flow meter until you see breakout on the high side and then dial it back until you don't. This is going to put you on the higher side of carbonation, maybe much higher, but it's very easy to back down off your carbonation than it is to catch up. So yeah, I would always recommend trying to be on the higher side at first, and then slowing the machine down as you need, or the flow rate, and that's gonna make it real easy on you. Yeah, so as soon as I decided, we wanted to make the upgrade, I reached out to our customer representative, and yeah, made it real easy on me to get the process going. Placed the order, I think, in early summer, and it was at our doorstep, I think, in February. The only thing that I can even think of that we needed help with, maybe, well, not really, but it shipped with the metric flow meter, which our original model also had, but our representative offered to, swap that out with an Imperial one if we wanted to, right away and send it over. That was not a concern for us. It's really the flow meter. It's just a bunch of numbers that you set to, and once you know your parameters there, and yeah, so really helpful. Didn't really need anything. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Bucher Denwel. Specifically, I can only speak to the inline carbonation units, specifically the mobile models. But they have quite a bit of variance. The smallest ones, I think, can do less than 10 gallons a minute inline carbonation. The highest one, up to 40. They're really affordable. They're really simple. In all the years we had our original model, I never had to replace anything on it, not even a gasket. Just worked great. And yeah, hopefully this new one seems to be doing the exact same thing. And so, yeah, it's great equipment, and it's affordable.
For more information, go to gusmarenterprises.com. Click on Contact Your Rep on the top menu, and then choose your state. The technical sales representative in your region will then be selected. Gusmer Enterprises, service with knowledge since 1924.